What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Canelo Alvarez, fresh off a knockout of Sergey Kovalev to become the WBO light heavyweight champion in a fight that was very lackluster. Lackluster for the majority of the fight, very lackluster, but he was able to get the knockdown with a beautiful shot, left hook up top, and then a right to the body, and it was all she wrote for Kovalev as he was able to capture another world title in different weight classes, as he's simultaneously holding 3 titles in 3 separate weight classes. One at 160, another one at 168, which is a regular title, and then he's got one at 175, a WBA title. So that's a good thing. You know, that's got to give him his kudos, his props for that. But what I'm going to talk about is what's happened after the fight. You know, Oscar De La Hoya and a whole lot of different old school writers are now saying that Canelo is #1 pound for pound in boxing based on his win to that Saturday night over Kovalev. They're saying, I think Oscar De La Hoya said, what other fighter is doing what he's doing, jumping up weight classes and beating world champions? He said Crawford and Lomachenko are not doing that, so he has to be ahead of those guys. And I'm here to tell Oscar De La Hoya, no. He's right where he was before the fight, #3. Behind Crawford at 1, Lomachenko at 2, he at 3, Errol Spence at 4, and Deontay Wilder at #5. Ain't nothing changed off of this win. You beat a guy in Kovalev who is a good fighter at 175. You know, he was based on the wins that he had at 175. He staked his claim as the best fighter at 175 based on resume. But you look at his last couple of fights, man. You know, the Ward fight, Ward stopped him in the rematch. He got knocked out by Alvarez in a fight that he was winning. Came back and beat him in the rematch. And in this fight, he was, to me, he was ahead of Canelo before the knockout. I had him up 7 rounds to 3 going into the 11th round. I had him winning a lot. It was a lot of 2 or 3 swing rounds that could have went either way, but I thought, for the most part, Kovalev controlled the fight with his jab. You know, he's prepping his jab, but right around the midway point of the fight, I was like, man, he's not letting his right hand go at all. What's up with that? He's not going to all he's doing is peppering the jab, and he throw a little jab to the body a little bit, but he wasn't letting the right hand go. I was thinking maybe his right hand might have been hurt or something, but I was like, nah, you got to throw your right hand to hurt it, unless he hurt it in sparring or something. But refused to let that right hand go, and he said later on after the fight that he was gassed after the 6th round. So he fought like a little man. You know, had Canelo stepping to him, he backing up, fighting off the ropes, fighting close to the ropes and, fighting off the back foot, and let Canelo control the range. And Canelo made a good point after the fight. He said, look, he was trying to win on points. I was trying to win on a knockout, and that's what Canelo got. But don't make no mistake about it, man. This is not the fight to put him over Lomachenko and Crawford. Let's look at the resumes. Let's look at his past fights. Okay, he beat Liam Smith. A great fight over there in the UK, but overall, he's a mediocre domestic level UK fighter. They hadn't beat nobody of relevance. When he stepped up in competition, he lost every time. Lost to Alvarez, lost to Munguia. So Liam Smith, there's nothing to write home about. Beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a fight at a catchweight at 164. Chavez Jr., living off his daddy's name, never was that good, even when he was allegedly at his best, wasn't that good of a fighter. He's a decent body puncher, but he wasn't nothing to write home about. He got schooled against Sergio Martinez, before the knockdown in the 12th round. Got schooled in that fight. Never was a serious about boxing, in my opinion. Never trained like he should have been training, for fights or in between fights. As you know, they did a 24/7 promoting that Chavez-Martinez pay-per-view fight 3 or 4 years back. And the man, Freddie Roach saying he wasn't coming down to the wildcard gym to train, so he had to go to Chavez Jr. house. Chavez come in the house, out the room, whatever, come out one of his rooms. See, you can tell he'd been sleeping all day. And came out there with his drawers on, eating a bowl of Cheerios. And he told Freddie, we can spar right here. They moved the furniture around. He started shadow boxing right there. That dude was absolutely a joke, living off his daddy's name. Even when he was winning some fights, I think he beat Fonfara, beat Rubio, and all those guys. Even at his best, he was never an elite level fighter. He was a C+, B- level fighter. So you beat him after he was having problems making weight and not the same fight. I think he got beat by Fonfara. I think Fonfara stopped Chavez, beat Chavez, and he's just not a good fighter. So you beat him. Then after that, you beat who else? You fight Triple G in both fights. Both fights are close. I thought you lost the first fight. The second fight, I had it a draw, but if I had to give it to fight, I would have gave it to Canelo because he landed the most telling punches of the fight. So, you might have eked out that fight, but it was not a dominating win, and that's the point I'm trying to make. When he's fought elite-level fighters, he has not dominated them like Crawford has or Lomachenko has. Canelo hasn't cleaned out a division yet. When is he going to clean the division out? He's jumping around these different weight classes, but he needs to clean out a division. Crawford cleaned out 140. Undisputed, then he went up to 147 and beat the guy that beat Pacquiao and Jeff Horn. Lomachenko, is in the process of cleaning out a division. He's getting the win of Teofimo Lopez and Comey. He wins that, he's going to clean out 135. So you haven't done that, Canelo. You had some good wins. I give you credit for beating Kovalev. You beat Triple G the second time in a very close fight. You beat Austin Trout in a fight I thought he lost, but Trout had to take chances as they had that open scoring, so he had to be a little bit more aggressive. Got caught with a shot late in the fight, and that pretty much killed his chances to win a decision. You beat Cotto. I had that fight a draw. So how can you be number one pound for pound when all your elite level fights have been controversial and close? I can't put you number one. You're number 3 right now. I can make a small case that you number 2 over Lomachenko. But if Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez Comey winner, he's gonna jump right back ahead of you if I do decide to move you ahead of him at number 2. Because he's been and did what you still haven't done, that's clean out a whole division at 135. So all these Canelo Alvarez fans and people believe he's the number 1 pound for pound, led by Oscar De La Hoya, it's now. Can't see it. Don't I'm not falling for that. Looking at the resumes, he shouldn't be ahead of none of those two. He right where he was before the fight, number 3. And let's look at Lomachenko's resume. Lomachenko beat Nicholas Walters, undefeated champion. Beat him. Beat Guillermo Rogendahl, undefeated champion. Beat Jorge Linares, champion at lightweight. You know what I'm saying? You just look at his resume. Beat Gary Russell Jr., dominated him. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Salido in a fight where Salido came in at 147 pounds. Came in the fight as a welterweight and hit a lot of low blows that the referee failed to deduct points for. And he was able to pull that fight out when he was badly hurt in that 12th round. Remember, Salido got badly hurt. And they'd had about 10, 15 more seconds. Lomachenko probably would have stopped him in the 12th round. People don't want to bring that up. They just want to talk about he lost to Salido in the second fight. And they don't want to bring up the weight and the low blows. And he got hurt bad at the end of that 12th round. Don't want to bring none of that up. But he lost that fight, but his resume is still better. He's fought more accomplished world champions than Canelo Alvarez. He fought an old sugar. That's Alvarez. He's fought an old Sugar Shane Mosley, who was way past his prime, didn't even knock him out. He fought and I think Mosley got stopped later on in Australia to nobody. Some champion over there in Australia stopped up Mosley, and Canelo couldn't even do that. And and Mosley was past his prime. He fought Mayweather, went to school, and got teached a hard, valuable lesson in that fight as Mayweather was a teacher. He was a pupil and told him to go in the corner with the dunce hat. That's how he got schooled in that fight. And one judge had that fight 114, Adelaide Bird. And you know what? I saw Adelaide Bird at that fight. She was right. She had a good spot at there, right in the front row, right in the middle of the ring. I said, there go Adelaide Bird out there. I guess I don't know if she's a judge or she's working for the Nevada Boxing Commission. I don't know what kind of title she holds, but I saw her there. I said, yeah, well, Adelaide Bird, she right there, front and center for Canelo. That's Canelo number 1 fan. And when people look at thinking about saying this fight is fixed, when they see Adelaide Bird right there in the front row, she should have lost her judge's license after that Mayweather fight. She shouldn't have been allowed to judge another fight because Canelo got whitewashed, and somehow she had that fight 114. She immediately got her judge's license revoked, and here she is front and center at Canelo Kovalev looking up into the ring. Like I said, she got some kind of title. I don't know if she over the judges or she a judge. Maybe they gave her promotion off that Mayweather fight. Oh man, you know how to judge a fight, man. You had Mayweather Canelo 114. We're gonna put you head of over all the judges, the overseer of all the 3 judges that ringside of big major fights in Las Vegas. We're gonna put you in that position since you're such a great judge. Man, get the fuck out of here. She was there though. She was there, man. Unbelievable. But I'm here to tell you, all Canelo Alvarez fans, I'm not hating. A lot of people, you hating? You don't want to give Canelo no credit. He's a good fighter. I got him top 5, but I'm not finna put him ahead of Crawford and Lomachenko based on a win over Kovalev, the guy that got stopped in 2 of his last 3 fights, he's been stopped. So I'm not going to give him that credit. He's good, would win, but dominate a weight class. Go back down to 160, which I doubt he'll do, and beat Andrade and beat Charlo and clean out 160. And then we can revisit this, talk about him being number 1. But till he do that, I can't give him credit. Or stay at 175. Beat Bivol, beat Berta B, clean out 175. You can do it at 175, you can do it at 160. Or go to 168, beat Callum Smith, beat Caleb Prant, beat David Benavidez, and then we can put you at number 1. Clear out a weight division. You know, people gonna say, well, he don't have to do that. He's the A side. He can jump around. He don't have to be prisoner of no different no weight class or no different boxing sanctioned body organizations, sanctioned boxing organizations. He don't have to be a prisoner of those guys. He can jump around because he's Canelo. He don't really have to fight for no belt. Okay, well he can do that, and he can be the pound for pound star of boxing. But I'm talking about the pound for pound fighter of boxing. He ain't gonna be that skipping weight class like that. He need to clean out a weight class and become undisputed at a particular weight class before I can put him over Crawford. That's just the bottom line. And if Lomo beats Teofimo Come winner, he's gonna have to do that to jump ahead of him too. So both of those guys have done it or on the cusp of a clean out division. He hasn't done that yet. Fighting welterweights, jumping up to a catch weight like Amir Khan. Amir Khan was outboxing until he slept him. You know, made Matthew Hatton. That's Ricky Hatton brother. He's a welterweight coming up, and he fought him and beat him. So he's made a history of fighting welterweights and stuff like that, but he has not cleaned out a particular division in boxing. That's why I can't put him number 1. That's just my opinion on it. If you disagree or agree, let's leave some comments in my comment section. Follow me on Twitter, JBsports713. Follow me on Instagram, JBsports713. Follow me on Twitter, JBsports the Man. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.